Hello, once again, boys, girls, children of all ages. I am John Thomas, and this is not TFP. This is not JT Project. This is B.L.G. episode 2. And I've uh, basically, it's going to be a coffee episode today. Um, basically, I have two people here. For some strange reason, they came on my feed. I was like, "Ooh, this is unique." They are two coffee connoisseurs, as I would say. They are Sharon and Kyle and if you don't know who these people are, I'm going to give you some knowledge on them. They are called the local neighborhood coffee experts. How are you guys doing?
I'm
Great,
good.
great.
Thanks for having us.
No problem, no problem. Now, how did you guys come up? Well, basically, let's get a little bit background of you guys, if you guys don't mind.
Go
Sure.
ahead, Sharon.
So I have an estate sale company and I'm also a real estate agent and I do a lot of social media. So I basically put a couple of ads out and then Kyle reached out to me and he's a loan officer, so it made sense for us to collaborate and talk about what we could do together, that kind of stuff. And we just became colleagues and then we became friends. And then I kind of was thinking about doing something that can embrace the neighborhood. And I figured that coffee was a great vehicle to really bridge that conversation. And since Kyle and I, we were always like very quick-witted. If you ever watched the show like
Yeah.
Shrinking on Apple TV, that's our humor, that's our shtick. And that's just us talking. Like we were just having a regular conversation. And he's very quick. I'll say something, he jumps on it. He says something, I jump on, and we just have a great time. Just a regular conversation talking about loans. And I was like, we should really do something together. And I was thinking about doing it, and I was like, why don't we do it together? So we just kind of started doing it as a fun thing to do, and we didn't know where it was going to go. And now we get like about 2,000 views a week when we do it, and a lot of people really have gravitated towards us.
Wow, I never seen something like that. That is spun me for a loop. I know people do like reviews and all that, but this is the first time I ever seen reviews and all that, and coffee spots and all that. And you being a realtor, that's great. I was like that's like a I don't know, if you're selling a house and that could be one of, oh, this is a great coffee spot, this would be a
Right.
perfect house for you and all that and all that.
That
What
then that
about,
is, yeah.
yeah, what about you, Kyle?
Uh, what to say? I mean, first of all, again, thanks for having us. And thanks for being honest about the fact you like coffee, right? Lean into what you like. And I would say that that's kind of how Sharon and I found ourselves here. Through our career paths we connected. And then honestly, it was just a question of like, hey, do you like coffee? It's like I love coffee. You know, 90% of all of the gatherings and meetings that I have is through coffee.
Yeah.
So again, when I bought my home, I didn't know anything about the neighborhood. I didn't know anything. Nobody kind of taught me. I learned it as I lived here. If I had, looking back on it now, before I buy my next home, before I go anywhere, I Google everything. I look at where's the coffee, where's the this, where's the that. When Sharon asked, like, hey man, do you want to like meet up about coffee and like talk about it on camera? I was so nervous. I was
Yeah.
like, is this real? Like, this is really a thing? It has turned into the greatest thing, dude. We meet phenomenal people. We've had great coffee. A question that's burning me, John. How do you like your coffee? How do you drink your coffee?
Usually, back in when I first started, it was basically regular, basically two sugars and milk. Then
Okay.
I started going with just regular half and half. Then I was like, and without the sugar. Now I totally got rid of the sugar. If I go to a coffee place, I just get whole milk. I don't get no sugar. I get no. But if I'm home when I make the coffee, I usually do just half and half. That's
Okay.
usually basically it. I strictly don't use sugar anymore.
How are you making it? What's your brew style?
Basically, I'm a coffee. I like different types of coffee. Um, I use K cup, but like the Keurig machine and all that. And a funny fact is, this is between me and my wife. I think we've gone through four Keurig machines. That's how much coffee we drink.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
Pumping out
basically.
pods.
Yeah. I usually do drip usually. Like I say, I'm working with like right now I'm drinking uh it's this coffee called Good Walk Coffee, which is basically a golfer's coffee. So I've been drinking that. Uh I tried Dark Roasters. I tried Clockwork Coffee, which is
Okay.
out in where is it, Minnesota. I tried different, like uh what is it called, Black Rifle Coffee. I try all different types of coffee.
Okay. I so I like drip coffee. So like you said you're going to Gregory's today. What do you
Yeah.
order when you go to a coffee spot? You're always ordering a drip coffee?
Um, Basically, yes. When I'm going out there, I usually order that. I'm usually not a flavored person. I
Mhm.
usually would do mocha or something like that and all that. So, it's not a great thing. But what I want to know is, how did you come up with the name of the local neighborhood experts? How did you guys come up with that name?
I don't know if my finger is pointing in the right direction, but
Yeah,
I
yeah, you got it, Kyle.
I thought that we want to be local to the neighborhood, and that was important to us. So we was thinking about Ocean and Monmouth, and of course we can go beyond that, but we were thinking about locally. We wanted to be the expert to go to if you want to talk about coffee, and then we've slowly sprinkled in like stores like if we know the best places to go for hardware, we know the best places to go for ice cream. Like we want to be that go to, almost like a Craigslist, if you will, for
Mhm.
there's the local spot. And that's what, because we do. So beyond coffee, we go into a store, we get to know people, we have a conversation with them, and then we also make sure that the neighborhood loves them. And then we'll do like a quick little segment on it, and we'll post it on, we'll do a social media post. So we are like we feel like we are like the local, like we are the go-to if you want to know about the small businesses in the area. So we
Right.
consider ourselves like the experts.
we
Beyond.
both, we both run businesses,
Mhm.
and the number one, not the number one, but one of the things that we kind of see with the people we talk to is their hesitancy to have that first conversation. I'm
Mhm.
thinking about buying a house. I'm thinking about moving here. I'm thinking about financing. I'm thinking about this. So if you just kind of, I don't know, you like Sharon was saying before, you use a vehicle to break it down, to humanize us, have a conversation with us. We're local to you. You're going to see us in a ShopRite, in a CVS, in a Walgreens. You're going to see us at your corner store, at Ken's Hardware. Like you're going to see us. So if you see us, just talk to us, right?
Yeah.
And then bringing that forward is showing them a place where they can get out, conversate with us, meet us for a cup of coffee, talk about a house, talk about
Mhm.
anything, talk about our expertise. So it seriously, three perfect words to, you know, capture what we're looking to do.
And just to piggyback on what Kyle was saying, it is true. Like we want to be community based. So if
Hmm.
you're going to hire us, there's so many real estate agents to hire, there's so many loan officers to hire. Why would you choose us? And it's because we are community based. So we could tell you about all the local spots and part of living somewhere is knowing the community. So yes, the house is beautiful, but where are you going to get your dry cleaning done? Where are you going to get your groceries done? Where are you going to get your car fixed? Like we can point you in the direction of the small, and we'd love to focus on small businesses. Of course, we do big businesses also, but we love small businesses. Small businesses are
Yeah.
what we are. So we like to focus on that, and we want to give them love. So that's what, we really like to really point out.
Look at the coffee that you get, right? Was that company out in Minnesota?
Called Clockwork Coffee.
Clockwork Coffee. All right. Just a
Yeah.
bunch of guys, right?
Yeah, just
Roasting
a
up
bunch of
beans.
guys. I'm always here supporting. There's times that back in the day when I used to work in New York City, I used to just walk right up. They would see me, they would have the coffee ready by the time I got there. It's like,
Right.
yeah, we're good and all that. And these people know me. The like I go to Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know if you have a preferred Starbucks or I mean, I've been to Tim Hortons,
Mm.
I've been all over the place. It's I try to find something different. I don't like yes, there is a Starbucks, there is a Dunkin' Donuts. Those are major change, but I want to go to
Yeah.
like a mom and pop coffee spot and all that.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um
That a little bit just to say, just to piggyback on that. Like Kyle, we got to know this one coffee spot, and then he went to a function and he ran into one of the owners. So it's just like it's almost like, was it 6 degrees of separation? The fact that we are in our community and we just could run into people. We know a lot of the owners as well because we do these coffee segments. So it's important for us, again, small businesses knowing the small shops, not just the big ones.
Yes. Exactly.
Now, you said something about, supporting small businesses and all that. Now, obviously, Sharon, you know that my wife does two small businesses on the side. She does, and also you joined the page as well. Uh, I started with a pharmacy, which is another small business. I mean, not really a small business, but it's an internet-based business and all that. And I said, let's give it a try. My wife does on the side, which is a small business pharmacy, and also she does Color Streak, which is for nails and all that. Uh, Basically, that's what I'm saying. But to say something about making small talk with a coffee, a coffee date, or whatever, just talking about business, you can actually do that with cigars. You can go to a cigar lounge and all that, have a cigar, and then like say you guys show up and all that. And I have nothing. I don't know anything about being a loan officer or a realtor or anything like that. So I can get different information, and then we can like try to collaborate or something. Maybe I take something from you guys or you take something from me. It's basically like, a meetup and just, if coffee's not your thing, but cigars are. I mean, it's basically just networking with people.
Yeah, you're finding your tribe, right? And that's why you got beans, leaves, and greens. Because
Yeah.
you're also, every time you drive the ball, you're hoping that it lands on the green, right?
Yeah, that's true. So I basically now you go to different coffee spots and all that. Now, how do you find out, like, you've been to Tom's River, you've been to certain coffee spots and all that. I mean, is there like how do you figure this out? As like, is it a word of mouth or
Sharon lets me drive there.
Yes.
Sharon's like, all right, Kyle, you find the spot.
Yep.
And honestly, we ask for word of mouth and we ask for people to tell us like, hey man, try this out. See that this is coming. Go there. We ask for that for sure. A lot of it has been driven by us. Uh, Google, we're looking for an area. We're searching coffee shops, coffee places. There's a lot of like cross chatter between
Mhm.
cafes and between breakfast spots that are kind of that almost seem chainish. And
Right?
it's not that we're not going there. We just
Hmm.
know all that is, right? We know that if I go to Dunkin' in Akron, Ohio, it's going to be
Hmm.
exactly the same as Bayville, New Jersey. I mean, San Diego,
Right.
California, it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
I don't want that in coffee. Good for them. They're a business. I'm not poo-pooing on them. I want people, I want the, I hope this comes out right. I want the weirdos. I want the
Right.
people who care about the farmers, the beans, the roasting. I
Right.
want that weirdness in my coffee. I want to drink that and feel that and connect to that. And listen, Sharon makes a killer cup of coffee. Killer.
Yeah.
So, we want to go there where we enjoy the coffee and where we feel
Mhm.
connected to the process. So
Right. Oh,
we
okay.
we Google search and we look and it's not a dictatorship. It's like, hey, you want to go here? Like, I don't know.
Right. Right.
That was the weird thing up front was like, okay, we want to go to these places or we have to go to these
Right.
places. And I don't know. We've walked into a couple places and like this is not the right fit,
Yep.
or this is not, they're not in the coffee scene. They serve coffee. Very different.
Right.
Right. Okay.
And we also don't tell them we're coming. We just literally show
Mm,
up.
yeah.
Ah, okay.
We just show
Yeah.
up, we sit down, we film. That's it.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't think it needs the red carpet treatment. We're just coming in we want
Okay.
that, hey
Yeah.
man, we're right here. And we used to do it live.
Yeah.
right, 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 right. So you like one of the questions I have is I mean, you've done several coffee spots. Which is the best coffee spot have you been to? Like when you walk in there and you're like, bang,
Oh my gosh, that's hard because it's like it's not just about the coffee now because we go into the decor, we go into the vibe, we go into like there's
Yeah,
so
it's
much
loaded.
involved. There's so much involved. It's like it's hard. It's like saying picking your best child, like your child. Like what's my favorite? Like there's I think that everything has a nuance that is
mm,
great. Like so there's different, I
I
guess.
can tell you some similarities. Some of
Yeah.
the similarities in the places that I would pick that I like, they're all original.
Yes.
They're
right,
very unauthentically themselves. They put up their own pictures, they put up their own, like if somebody wanted to slap a sticker on the wall, right? One of my
right,
favorites. There was a sticker there, you know?
right,
Like you go to the bathroom and like, there's a Steve Buscemi sticker looking down, like while you're washing your hands, like, hey, good job. Like those places are fun because those people painted with their own brush. This is what they're offering. They're not trying to fit in with everybody else or be clean or be nice or play ball.
right.
Some
Um,
people, and that's the thing, some people are like that. It's just when I walk in there, I think we both kind of had the experience of like, oh wow, like, this is cool, this is funky. And then the coffee comes and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, like will I bring my clients here? Will I bring my family here? Will I bring
Hmm.
like a first like not a, like a date? Would I bring a date here? Would I hang out with my friends here? Like those are the things that kind of pop up in our heads when you think about coffee. So if you ask us that, I can say, oh yes, I'll bring my client to this place and this place, my family to this place. I'll just go to work here by myself at this place. So that's really where it goes to. But I think we haven't really had a bad cup of coffee. It's just
mhm.
really, no, it's really just the experience. Is what experience do you want to have? That's what we can tell you about that, and then that's what
And people are starting their coffee businesses with those experiences in mind. There's a place in
Right,
downtown Toms River. There's a place in downtown Toms River, First Date Coffee,
yeah. First,
right? First Date Coffee. So trying to capture that essence of like, hey, you know, the first time I'm gonna see your face, come here. Because this is gonna be where this will be the first box we check.
ah, okay. I see that. Um, so basically, was there now you said that there's certain spots you guys rolled up on. It's like, no, not a good spot and whatever. Now, we don't have to say on air. I mean, you've had instances where like you rolled up and you were like, now, was there any not a confrontation like a disagreement like Sharon would like this spot or you didn't like this spot? I was like, was there indifference?
I mean, it's very simple. If we disagree, we go to the trunk, we pull out the gloves, and we just right there. We just, we shoot it. No, 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 no.
no,
She's the best. She's the best. And I don't know how to describe it. She's a very good partner. It's just like we both kind of can look at each other. We've
yeah.
been in the
We can give each
beginning, we
other
did
the
not
look.
have that.
Yeah,
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 we did
yeah.
not have the ness. Now we've
Right.
developed the telekinesis where it's like, okay, we just look and we're like, nah.
Yeah, we're like,
It's
yeah,
also it's also a little bit sometimes not their fault. It's a little bit that they put on Google that they have certain things or they do certain things. And then when you
Right.
walk in there, it's not the description. So if it doesn't fit the bill, you know, and if we can't say something nice, you know,
Then
if we
don't
can't
say
say
it.
something nice, we're gonna try to find it. But if we can't, I don't know.
yeah,
Be authentic.
yeah.
So, basically, I did a couple of I did chat GPT and all that, and I just came up with a couple of coffee questions. Um, was there between you two and when you did, was there ever funny moments that you guys had when filming one of these coffee reviews?
Sharon.
The woman that came up to us, like, think towards the end, because we did it, we're going into season two in when are we going? In after Labor Day. So she towards the end, she came up to us and she said, I watch you. And that to me was like, what? So, we actually had someone that actually watches us every week, and that was a very emotional and just like humble moment. So that for me was that was my moment.
Um, funny moment. Like a blunder?
Yeah, like a blunder or anything like funny that happened to you when you were filming, or like coffee in what you call it, coffee related, I would say.
Uh, I mean, one time we did that's, I guess it was funny. We made it funny. We just kind of laughed it off. Like we were live. So
Right,
we were where were we at? Mendoza's.
This is actually and then we just got cut off the air. That was that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we
I'm like,
literally
I
got
don't know
cut
if
off.
they were I don't know if something was happening. And all of a sudden, boop, internet's gone. We just looked at each other. We're like, what do we do now? And then we got back online. That was the moment where honestly we fell off the bike and we got right back on. Didn't we
right,
I think we recorded or maybe we went back live again. We're like, nope, we won't be stopped.
Yeah, we went back. Mm.
I got
So
that.
it was that moment where it was just going forward. And that was a killer cup of coffee. That was
Yeah.
like, yo, my God, what a great cup of. See, and that's the thing. They're Colombian. So I would love to know the preparation for that coffee. Oh my
Mm.
God. It's killer.
So, now if you guys decided to make your own coffee, like your
Mm.
own coffee
Black.
blend and all that. I was like, how would you go for it? Would you do with your beans? Would you do Colombian like that? Like build a coffee? What would be your
It
coffee?
would be
That's a great
Arabica beans.
question,
I think
dude.
it would be Arabica beans, and I'm not sure which. I mean, we've had a couple Ethiopian beans that are pretty cool, right?
Look at you with the answer already.
No,
You
I
know.
know. That's what I would want. And we'd want something with definitely some floral notes, a little bit of bitterness, a little bit. I like that strong coffee taste. I like that aftertaste towards the end, that punch. But I like the floral notes when you first drink it. So something like that. We've had a great cup of coffees, and I think we've one roaster that we really like was Yellow Dog Roaster. They really do
Mm.
in the area, so they have a lot of good blends. And there was another roaster we went to when we went to CJ's Diner. That was a good roaster too.
Yes.
That's right. So he
Yes, that was great
good
coffee.
coffee. So there's a lot, and I I'm the same like you, John. I like it a regular cup of coffee, and I
Hmm.
don't like all of that flavored stuff in it. So if it's a really good cup of coffee, and I like it a little strong. So if it says
Right, right.
By a little, she means like rocket fuel.
no,
Okay.
if it says 3 cups of coffee, I would put in like 5 cups. I like it a little bit. I like to get that jolt. And a lot of times when you go to
Gasoline.
places, they don't give you the jolt. They give you like the regular. So I usually have to put a shot of espresso. So I'll ask the barista, I'm like, what kind of coffee is this? Um is this strong? Like, and they will say, no, this is just a regular. Then I would add the shot of espresso in mine.
Wow. That Yeah, with me. Now my question, I just came up with this. How many cups of coffee do you have in a day?
I
Just to
try
start
to
with that.
I
I
try to
would say
keep it. I try to keep it to like one or two. It's a time frame. I can't drink coffee past four,
Right.
right? So
Okay.
as long as I'm done by four, I'm good. I know when I've overdosed on coffee, I just sit there and I just get.
Yeah, you got the jitters. Yeah.
I also
Uh,
so I don't drink drip coffee. I
Oh,
drink
Okay.
cold brew, and there's a lot more caffeine in there. A lot more. Depending on where I get it from, depending on how strong it is, I
Right.
can't drink too much.
Now with me, with I'm basically. I mean, I tried cold brew and all that. It's not my thing. I'm basically. It could be like 200 degrees outside. I'm drinking hot coffee.
Hot cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm drinking that. So basically, when I start, my wife can attest is I'll drink 2 cups of coffee here, and then when I go to work, I'll get another cup. So basically, I'm a 3 cup guy, but if I use, sometimes I'll go. The most I've ever had in a day is 7 or 8.
that's a lot.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah, that's a heavy.
That's a heavy. Yeah, I'm just 3 cups, maybe four. That's
The
it.
Yeah,
most I've ever, I guess, so the most I can remember the first time I ever had like a shaken espresso, and I
yeah,
thought, I thought this is just a coffee drink. Let me get a big old size. And literally the barista said over the like you heard them get close, they were like, "Sir, there's 4 shots of espresso in there, right?" And I still ordered it. So
uh,
that was the most wired I have ever been off a single drink in my entire life.
wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Honestly, if it wasn't for this, there are a lot of espresso drinks. Like I think
Mhm.
Sharon kind of realized like espresso is delicious. She makes borderline espresso.
Yeah.
And so
Mm.
now to grab a coffee out in public, she kind of likes a red eye, depending on the strength of the coffee. And we
Right,
found what is it? We found the mocha, right? Or Yellow Dog calls it a dirty hot chocolate.
right.
Isn't it
Oh my
cool beans?
God, man, that is a good drink.
Yeah. Is it cool
Wow.
beans, I think. Cool beans called it a dirty hot chocolate.
Cool Beans called it the dirty hot chocolate. That's right.
Yeah. And that is like next level now. So now I usually get that or a flat white. So I'm drifting a little bit out of my
Look at you with the flat
I
whites.
know I'm drifting a little bit, but still, my go-to would be a regular cup of coffee. But then we ask always, what are you guys known for? But if it's like something crazy like s'mores, something, we're not gonna necessarily get that. Or sometimes it's like a Fruit Loop, something. We're like, we're not gonna get that. But
Some
we
people like it. It's
yeah,
just, you know what? And that was the thing. So it's okay if you have that as a signature drink. It's not our drink. We're still going to talk about it. We'll take a picture of it, the whole nine, but like, it's not something we're going to finish.
yeah,
Um, one of the best things I found in doing this is protein coffee. So you make a protein shake or you take a protein
Right,
shake and you put it in cold brew. You could put it in hot coffee if you wanted to. You could put it in an espresso shot, but it's
right.
just, I don't know, man. That protein coffee from the Coffee Zone, it's very, very good. Very good.
Wow. Now, when you go to a spot, would you get, do you get, do you try different things or do you just go for your regular order like you usually try it? Like, regular cup of coffee or something. I was like, would you try something out of the ordinary that you wouldn't try before?
yeah, kind of like what we just said before. A little bit. We will ask them what they're known for, but if it's something a little bit beyond, we'll like Kyle said, we'll drink a couple sips of it just to say we tried it. But more likely, we kind of I usually just get Kyle would just get the cold brew, maybe a hot cup of coffee, maybe a flat white. I'll get
Mhm.
Yes.
mocha or flat white or and a cup of coffee and then whatever the crazy drink is and I'll just a couple sips of it, but I'm not really a big sweet flavored
Right.
person. I don't like all that.
Yeah.
I'll say it while I'm drinking it. I normally don't drink this.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
We I like to see what people are doing, right? If you're making it, if you're a real barista, if you're pulling the shots and you're like a craftsman or a craft woman, you know, make me something delicious. We really have kind of taken the approach of walking in. We want to know what you do best.
Right,
I would never want to stand in front of a Picasso and tell him what to paint me. I
right,
just want him to make a picture and present it to me, and I lose my mind and like, oh my God, this is Picasso. So if you're really good at something, I would love to know what that is.
We'll
If
try.
it's sweetened to the nines,
Yeah,
I gotta pass.
right. I
You
got you. I
know,
got you.
I don't want to drink a milkshake. I want to drink a coffee drink.
right. And
Yeah,
we're open to new experiences. So we're not gonna go in there with closed-minded. So we'll say, okay, we'll give it a whirl. We'll try it. Even Kyle, like, you're trying that?
The other thing too is like a lot of people, want to know if people bake, right?
right,
Bake baked goods. If you're making it by scratch, homemade, it hits different.
right. That's true. That's true. Um, so basically, out of the ordinary, I always ask these people, um, between work and coffee and all that, is there anything that you collect besides like, going coffee? I was like, do you collect like for me, for instance, since I'm a coffee nerd, I have no joke, I have 87 coffee mugs. All different coffee mugs. Now, my thing now is I have to get every time me and my wife travel to a different state, I got to get a coffee mug. So I've been collecting coffee mugs. I don't know, 6, 7 years or something like that. And they're not. They gotta be. They gotta like a cigar. If the cigar doesn't jump out at me, I'm not gonna like it.
Hmm.
Um, like with a coffee mug, I was like, oh, I like this coffee mug. Nothing plain. It's gotta be something. It's gotta be something on it. I have 87 mugs, and my wife is like, you just took over the whole entire kitchen, basically. I have I actually had to get a tote and put it like the coffee mugs that I don't really use on a daily basis, I put off to the side and all that. So I'm like, now I have friends that go out of the country and they bring me back coffee mugs.
That's
So
awesome.
I got one from Chile, I got one from Poland, I got one from I don't even know. I can't even say these names. I'm like,
All right, so you ready? You got to put them in the background. Like put them in the background of of this episode of your shot. And
ah,
like
yeah.
definitely put them in play. And maybe rotate them, See if people
Oh,
notice
I
like, you
and
took this one cup out of rotation.
people asking me, I was like, I was like, yeah, I'll open up my coffee thing and I'll look at all the mugs and I will take a mug. It's like, oh, I haven't drank out of this mug. I haven't drank out of this mug or whatever. I don't use the same mug over and over again. I mean, maybe I'll drink out of that mug like for a week and then I'll put it in the sink and I'll grab something else. And my wife is like, you gonna whatever. I was like, I need my own room of coffee mugs. So maybe if I buy a house, maybe I'll get a room just with coffee mugs and all that.
Definitely. Get that bonus room, get that outfitted for beans, leaves, and greens, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
And
and if
with
you buy a
the
house, just remember us. This is
oh
if you
yeah,
buy a house.
you guys. I mean, I've
Shameless plug.
subscribed.
Shameless plug.
Shameless,
I've done
shameless.
everything. I subscribe to your YouTube page. I've done everything. Um,
I don't collect I don't collect anything.
right.
I do play disc golf though. So like
Oh, okay.
if it's a cool disc, like I've got, I got a tilt. I got a tilt sitting on my desk.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so if it's a cool stamp or, cool player, I'll take a disc.
Right. My wife is like, since I took up golf, I've been collecting, buying golf clubs and all that. I got like 3 golf bags. I've got I just sold off a whole bunch of clubs that I don't use anymore and all that. So I'm like, my wife is like, nah. I was like, you got enough right now. You got enough. I was like, yeah, but let me, whatever, and whatever. So my last question: if you guys can have a cup of coffee with any historical figure,
Oh my God.
past or present, who would it be?
Historical figure.
That's a good question.
A cup of coffee. Oh my
It
God.
could be anybody. It,
Great question.
I don't know. I can't think of, oh my gosh. Who would you have a cup of coffee with?
oh my God. I would have a cup of coffee with uh either one of the like a celebrity like Juan Valdez, or somebody like a maker of like one of the like premier people that roast coffee. Like one of the one of the good
Mm.
ones, I would say. Famous wise, I'm not really sure.
All right, I got one. I think I would have a cup of coffee with some kind of spiritual guru. I don't know a name, but just someone that would be, I can like have a really like where we come from, like where are we going, and just about spirituality and positive and negative uh thoughts. And if I can have a really great conversation with someone that's on that kind of spiritual realm, I would love that. So that's who I'd want to be. Someone I could just like soak up some really
Wow.
great,
Okay.
be like, Kyle, oh my God, I spoke to blah, blah, blah. And he'll be like, all right, whatever, Sharon.
That is not
You're like,
that is not
okay.
true.
You're like,
I
what?
would be upset because I wasn't there.
Yeah. So that's what I would like, someone that I could just have a really great, I like a really great conversation. I want to leave and just, eat up whatever it is that they're, whatever they're talking about. So I like something like that. So if someone was like, I don't know, I can't think of a person, but that's who I'd want to speak to. What about you, Kyle?
This is, I've been dreading that question
Okay.
because now I got to think of one person, and
I
that's a
mean,
great
it could be
answer.
multiple people if you want. It doesn't have to be one person. It could be multiple people, I would say.
I would want to speak. I know this sounds. I would want to speak with um Warren Buffett,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
like Henry Ford, um, like all the greats,
Oh,
the
okay.
the
I got
greats.
you.
Say because it's all it's in the mindset. A little bit of what Sharon is saying, like having a mindful mindset conversation. I would love to have that. Just connect, see what's there, get deep. I don't want it to be surface.
Right.
I loved you in that movie.
No, right.
Um, I want it. How did you get to where you got, man? How'd you get low and how'd you
Yeah,
get high? You know?
that's true. That's true. So, basically, we're at the end of the show. I was like, where they can find you guys? I mean, besides at your local coffee spots and all that. Like, what social media sites do you have?
We're on
Um,
Facebook, so we're in the local neighborhood experts. There's a group page, and then there's also a page that you can join us on. Local neighborhood experts, Sharon and Kyle. Then also on YouTube, same name. On Instagram, same name. And that's pretty much those are the three. And I think we're on Spotify as well. So if you really want to find us, you can find us. We're not hard to find. You put Sharon McKenzie Benning, I pop up. You put
yes. If you search,
you
if you
search.
search Kyle Farrell, Tom's River, New Jersey, that's where my office is. If you search Kyle Farrell Cross Country Mortgage, that's my professional page. Kyle Farrell on Facebook,
Yeah,
and then your mortgage counselor,
yeah, I
your
think
mortgage counselor on Instagram.
Right. Well, guys, I mean, when you guys popped up on my feed, I was like, "Ooh, let me see this." And I was like, oh, I'm keeping them on and whatever. I invited you, Sharon, I invited you to the page and all that. And I was like, I gotta have these people on. I mean, with the coffee and all that, I'm trying to get this off the ground and all that, but I like to have you guys on again in a little in the future just to see what you guys been up to. What is the future for this entrepreneur? Are you going to keep going? Are you going to go out of state? Are you going to try different areas or try different counties? You said you did Ocean and Monmouth. I was like, will you go anywhere up like north, south, east, west, or anything like that?
Yeah, we're gonna go last season we did a lot of ocean. So this season season two, we're gonna do more mammoth probably. And then we'll go beyond. So even we were thinking about doing a road trip, finding a someplace else, or we're open to different
Mm.
experiences. We love coffee, so wherever the coffee flows, I guess that's where we're gonna be.
You asked like, where's this uh, where's this entrepreneurial spirit going to take us? And it's going to take us wherever entrepreneurial spirit can be found that's serving great coffee with great people.
That's right.
Yeah,
Listen, you should join us because we're in Marlboro. That's Manalapan, right? That's still there's Gregory's
yeah, I'm
before
like in
Manalapan.
the Marlboro, Manalapan area. I mean,
Oh, there's
I'm
no
right.
dining.
I'm in Monmouth County. I'm right by uh Center State Medical Center
Okay. Okay.
Hospital and all that. I'm like in that area.
I know where you're at.
I mean, we're right by Rook's Coffee and all that. I go there once in a while.
That's the thing. Rook doesn't let you sit down. They don't let you dine in. And it looks like these
Yeah.
places don't let you dine in either.
I mean, I go.
Can you sit down at Gregory's?
That I don't know. Most likely, you probably could. The last time me and my wife were there, they were just finishing up. So basically, they opened up like I don't know, a couple of months ago.
Okay.
So this would be the first time that we're gonna go over there, and I'm gonna try out the coffee over there. Um, I'm in the Rain Tree. I live in Rain Tree. So basically, right outside, I have a Starbucks and a Dunkin' Donuts. Now, if you had to choose between Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, which one would you go with?
Starbucks.
Starbucks,
I'm more of a heavier flavor profile. And for
right?
Starbucks delivers that for me. Like a little over roasted, a little, darker roast,
Mm,
it's just that kind of fits my style. Not so much my, pocket, but
right,
taste
exactly,
taste
exactly.
preference.
I rather a Dunkin'. I like the Starbucks a little too burnt for me. So I like
Right.
it a little. I like it to be. I like again the floral notes. So I like the floral notes and then a little bitter at the end. And to me, it's a
Ah,
little too bitter.
And
so
this is
yeah.
and this is where we disagree. This is where we love to disagree.
But I'll drink from both of them. I can. Let me tell you, I'm like a mixologist when it comes to coffee. I can make a good cup of coffee. So you give me any shrill, any mud coffee, and I'll see you milk.
She can make it palatable.
Sugar, I will make it tasty. So I'm not really I can figure it out.
So I like to thank you too for joining me this early morning. I think I'll have to get another cup of coffee or something like that. Um, so this is Sharon and Kyle from the local neighborhood experts. They're on my page. Also, like to their YouTube channel, which I'll link below. Like the All Things Coffee and all that, and you'll see their lovable faces too, as well. So I like to thank you guys for coming on, and hopefully I get to see you guys in the future. Maybe we can stop by and whatever, and see what's going on, and eventually probably run into you guys as well. So as
We're
that
definitely
being
going to get a
said,
cup of coffee together. Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. We'll make a date on that. A coffee date. We'll make it a coffee date. Yay! So, guys, this is episode 2 of Beanleys and Greens. Hopefully, come back for the next episode coming there shortly. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.